His Excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the last panel, before the last panel, I think. We are lucky to have guests at this time. Normally, there should be less people, but we are lucky. Welcome to the Future Innovation Summit Volume 2. This is the second time I am here, so thank you for the invitation. I will be the moderator of the next panel, which is Future Environmental Impacts of Metaverse. I like the title a lot. Let me tell you a little story. I was in the office last week and I told my colleagues that I'll be the moderator of the panel this week. And they were surprised to hear the name of the panel. I mean, Future Environmental Impacts of Metaverse. Still people are learning Metaverse. I mean, they are speaking how they are going to use it. But we are talking future impacts of environmental impacts of Metaverse. This is typical Dubai, or that's why I like about this summit. Now I'd like to invite to my panelists, Miguel, please. Miguel Francis-Santiago, you have met him recently, founder and CEO of the Future is Now DAO. Welcome, Miguel. Sened Gomera, Head of Marketing, X-Dubai. Sened, please. And Denis Chernikov, Head of Media at the private office, Sheikh Saker bin Mohammed Al Qasimi. Denis, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so how is everybody feeling towards the end of the first day of the third edition of the Future Innovation Summit? Make some noise, people. Yes. Come on, we got to get the energy levels up. Yes. Woo! All right.
Thank you, Miguel, helping me. I mean, it's always difficult to moderate the last panels. So can you introduce yourself a little bit and what makes you awake about Metaverse? What makes you awake about Metaverse?
So again, my name is Miguel Francis-Santiago. The Future is Now DAO. We're a boutique media and consulting company, 5 years in the space. Been documenting it, as you've just seen previously, and now we're going to Netflix, so very excited about that. What really drives me in terms of for me as an image maker, I feel that Metaverse is going to revolutionize the way we approach concepts, products, marketing, ideas, everything. So I feel that as long as we're responsible about it, it's going to simply change the way we look at things and simply change the way we trust things, the way we build trust towards communities, towards concepts, again, products, etc. And I think that's exciting. It's such an unexplored arena at this point, and it's again in baby steps, as we mentioned before, through the interoperability and beyond. That it's just, you know, it keeps me awake at night. I want to be a part of this, and I'm sure everyone here wants to be a part of this cyberlution as well.
Thanks, Miguel. Sened, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. So I'm the head of marketing for X-Dubai, Skydive Dubai, and Deep Dive Dubai, the world's deepest pool as well. For us, the Metaverse is more of a virtual reality experience where people don't dare themselves to jump off a plane or walk on the edge of a building. We see that that will be a stepping stone to overcome your fear in certain aspects of our experiences in leisure and entertainment itself. So that is what brings us closer and closer to the Metaverse.
When I read your bio, I saw 5 Guinness World Records. And are you the person of this almost the most about Dubai?
No. Well, we're behind the projects, but we're the ones who are helping the pioneers to put that as a magnifying glass, so the whole world could actually see what we're doing. So we create projects. We try to be the pioneers of the action sports industry, so to say.
Okay, Denis, can we know you a little bit?
Sure, thank you so much. So I'm a head of media at the private office of Sheikh Saker bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, And at the same time, I'm actually studying the impacts of Metaverse in different levels of society, starting from teenagers, kids, and up to older generations, you know. So I want to show and explain people that there is nothing difficult or nothing scary about Metaverse nowadays, right? It's just another level, another transition, another future.
Thank you. Now, since we are talking about the environmental impacts of Metaverse, you know, everybody is looking after zero emission. I know you have interaction with El Salvador, or can you give some examples, or can you give your feedback about your relation?
Yeah, so after meeting the head of foreign investment of El Salvador, and also one of the sort of the prime advocates for Salvadorian Bitcoin integration, Congressman William Soriano, it was amazing to understand the volcano bond technology, that essentially a UBI type system in El Salvador through the volcano bonds distributed to the population with essentially Bitcoin that's going to be mined by using volcanoes and geothermal energy of El Salvador to then essentially fuel green mining, right? And imagine building a metaverse and a data center, decentralized data center, maybe sharded, that's going to be powered by this power that will lead to this computing power. I mean, it's amazing the integration of really green mining and how it can go into the metaverse to make it sustainable, to make it, to operate it in a sustainable way, and really maybe even a regenerative way. I mean, somebody that I'm working with is putting a miner into a Tesla. Imagine a nice water-cooled miner in your Tesla making you back the money for your Tesla over the 2 years and actually producing you profit while you are contributing to a sustainable automobile existence on the planet, right? So imagine, that's a small case, but imagine that allegory being integrated into the metaverse powering tech, right? So I think green mining, as Brock Pierce once said, is going to really, mining will revolutionize and pave the way to a true green movement. And that technology can be applied in the metaverse world to make it more sustainable and regenerative.
Sened, can you give some use cases that Metaverse can change our life, or in terms of energy saving, can you give some ideas about us?
In terms of energy saving, I mean, the pandemic was a big example there, where people were literally living in the internet, not just on it. That is definitely something that we're hoping that the metaverse will kind of head towards a zero emission solution. Definitely it has changed our lives in many ways, retail-wise, augmented reality, meaning like you can go on IKEA and place your furniture in your house, like just right there from IKEA, and just check it out how it looks like. So that concept of behavior of experiencing something before you physically experience something in, so to say, the real world, that will definitely be a massive change.
Dennis, what's your point about this? What solutions can Metaverse bring to zero commission?
Well, there are several ways that we can use to reduce the pollution using the metaverse, right? Starting from the decentralized cloud computing, for example, because metaverse as a technology right now, it consumes hell out of electricity, electric power, and we need to produce this one. To produce this, we use different atomic stations, nuclear stations, we produce from hydrogen, etc., etc. And this is creating a huge amount of heat, right? That is destroying the planet in general, right? So, as one of the solutions, it's decentralized cloud computing, where the end user, he doesn't connect to a dedicated server. He connects to different small servers that consumes much less power than a one machine, right? And in this particular way, it produces less harm for the environment, right? In terms of electricity, in terms of the pollution, etc., right? The only problem is, in this case, is internet connection. We need a strong internet connection for that. right? And I think by implementing the 5G technology in our modern lives all over the world, we will not face this problem like within the next 1 or 2 years.
Thank you, Miguel. I mean, I know that you have connection to Tron with Justin's son. You want to comment on this? I mean,
Yeah, so I mean, what Justin believes that mining is actually, and just overall, the empowering mechanism behind Metaverse could be mining, and the way it could be done through a green, sustainable, profitable, really, right? Everybody wins way, can lead the future of the green movement in general, and obviously the sustainability that Tron is currently doing with providing green solutions for CBDCs that could then be used as an asset class within, let's just say, governmental metaverses. He's the ambassador to the WTO on behalf of Grenada right now, and I think paving the way for that, right? For educating the Caribbean nations right now in terms of using CBDC asset class to have the metaverse capability that then can be applied on a governmental level for education, for psychological, for empowering, for all of these things, right? Just imagine that ecosystem and what it can lead to, right? We're revolutionizing right now the concepts of value, the concepts of energy, and the concepts of reality, right? And we're simply upgrading it. And this is where, of course, all the issues come in terms of how far can we go, what do we have to focus in, how do we keep it safe and secure. But that's what makes it all exciting. So I think it's important for all of us to contribute, for all of us to stay current, and for all of us to be responsible and always show up. Number one is showing up. That's where it all starts.
okay. Sened, in X Dubai, do you have future projects of Metaverse for client experience? Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a lot of people out there in our demographic who don't come and experience our attractions that we built because it's too extreme, or they don't want to experience this terrifying moment. So for us, the Metaverse is a perfect example, and hopefully a platform where we can build that attraction on there for you to kind of feel it at home via your PlayStation or via any type of VR system that you have. So that is something that we are building our vision towards too. So that's definitely it.
Denis, what impact will the Metaverse have in future of the society?
Well, I strongly believe that it will change the entire concept of the vision about the life, modern life, I mean, in general, right? Because people will be spending more and more time inside the Metaverse, in different virtual realities, in different, they actually gonna travel just by sitting at home. Like the pandemic, it was a great example of how Metaverse can improve our lives, right? For example, you are not allowed to travel because of the restrictions of the government or something like that. But you want to visit, you're tired of being at one place for the past 2-3 years. And imagine that Metaverse gives you a possibility to visit those countries, visit those cities just on your couch, right? So I believe the entire vision of modern life will be twisted 100 degrees, you know. The way we are considering our lives right now, traveling, entertainment, extreme sports or whatsoever. A lot of people, they cannot afford this, or they want to stay at home, or they are scared, right? But the Metaverse keeps you on the safe side physically, at the same time giving you the same experience, right, that you want to try. So I think Metaverse will bring a huge positive impact in future for the humanity.
Okay, we have last 1.30 seconds, so I will leave it to you for 30 seconds, last takeaway.
Yeah, I just want to interject that I would be way more forward for again, augmented reality type of meta environments where you engage the people within a city setting to participate, go out, engage with other businesses, but at the same time you could do it through, like for example, again, a project we're affiliated with, working with the Ministry of Tourism of Dubai to create augmented reality experience for this influx of tourists that this city has, to engage with local businesses and communities and actually get them out of the house. So I'm for that. I'm for keeping people outside of their computer, enabling the computer to make their life more interoperable, more connected, but not keeping them within this, you know. But then again, I agree, there's a strata and a class element and the financial element that has to go into that. And so it'll be great actually to have those choices available, right? That's what really Metaverse brings. It brings you more choice.
Sened,
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there's everything, two sides of the coin. There's a positive and negative towards it. My main concern is just the reality of it, of the metaverse, so to say, whether it's augmented reality or VR itself. When we get too excited over things or overdose over things, you might get hangovers coming back to the real world. So just, again, it's based on everything being in moderation, yeah, slowly, and just taking it step by step, as we are right now. We still don't know what's ahead of us.
time is up, but last takeaway, please.
Yeah, just this short sentence. I think none of us should be scared of transiting to the metaverse. I think we should accept, but following some simple rules about staying and keeping healthy society inside of the virtual reality.
Let's create the future together.
Together. Yes,
yeah.
Miguel,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you. Sened, Denis, thank you very much. Thank you for listening.
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys, for stepping in and